Buyou Bridge pipeline obviously has been going on for quite some time, and they're arresting water protectors who are on private land that they have permission from the landowners to be on. Energy Transfer Partners, the oil company, doesn't have permission to be on this land. So, you see what I'm saying? Private land. The landowners have given water protectors demonstrating against the pipeline, a crude oil pipeline that is actually being used for foreign exports, not U.S. energy or energy independence. The oil company doesn't have permission from these landowners. A judge last week implemented an injunction. So the oil company, Energy Transfer Partners, and its mercenaries in private security cannot even go on this land or build parts of the pipeline on this private property. Well, guess what? Journalist Karen Savage, as well as another water protector, were arrested yesterday. This is Karen's second time being arrested while on property she has the permission to be on. I just spoke with Karen before I went live. Let me play you that interview. You got arrested again?
Yes.
Yeah,
you're correct.
Can you share what happened?
And they alleged that they had a warrant for my arrest.
Who's that?
The St. Mark Parish Sheriff's deputies.
Okay.
But the ironic thing is, the night before, I'd been pulled over for I was riding a vehicle that had a broken taillight. No problems whatsoever. They ran all of our licenses, took all of our ID, and all of the stuff they were supposed to do. Nothing out of the ordinary came back. You know, it was a broken taillight, a routine thing. Everybody was like, oh, we went home, went on our way. So there was no warrant in the system then, right?
So what did they say they had a warrant for your arrest for?
For the stuff that happened on September 3rd. They say that I went on the easement and grabbed Cherie at one point when they were trying to arrest her, and as I was taking pictures of her, I apparently grabbed her and dragged her off the easement, which is a pretty interesting feat because I only have 2 hands. But anyway, there was nothing in the system as of 12 hours before that they arrested me yesterday. On top of that, when they started arresting me, some of the people, well, there's a bail bondman that they usually use. They want to call this person who called the deputies, you know, the sheriff's department, and they're like, no, we have nothing in the system for this person. So, like, I don't even know what was going on, but it's ridiculous. The bottom line is they did not want a camera there for what they thought they were about to do. That's the bottom line. They took out me, and then they grabbed Ian Whitehat, who is like she had just done a prayer ceremony. So they targeted people specifically, and then they just arrested us.
And for the September 3rd one, you were on the property that there's permission for, so have they explained yet what specifically they're arresting people for? If Energy Transfer Partners doesn't have permission to be there and the water protectors and you do?
That's exactly the thing. They haven't. They arrested me and charged me with that felony, whatever they call it, unauthorized entry of a critical infrastructure, which, of course, there is no critical infrastructure if they don't have the company trespassed when they built that. Right. They didn't have permission to be there. Anytime they go on that land, there's trespassing. In fact, the court decision last week, there was an agreement entered into by Energy Transfer Partners, of course, because they know their work is mostly done. Right. Or maybe they even think it's done. It looks the best, but they might consider it done.
Right.
So, but they are the ones that operated illegally. I was there as well as water protectors with the legal permission of a landowner, of several landowners. There was nothing illegal. The court actually, that was the agreement. Right. The court agreed to that. And so then I go back, and now not only, so, you know, before the agreement, all right, it was shady, but it wasn't like this. This is just pure, straight up harassment.
And yesterday, where were you arrested and the water protector arrested?
On a boat ramp, because we were on the way to just, you know, they did a prayer ceremony. I think what they were going to eventually do is just like an action on the water with some banners and stuff like that. And that was pretty much it. It wasn't, from what I understand, I'm not privy to everything. You know what I mean? As a reporter, I know, you know, enough to get out there and report the story and can see what happens for myself. But from what I understand, it wasn't going to be anything, you know, I don't think anyone even ever got off of those.
But what I don't understand is they arrested you. So what is the warrant for your arrest? They arrested you on the 3rd and they let you go. So what are they?
No. They arrested me on the 18th of August.
Okay.
And they let me go. And they arrested me on the 18th for allegedly trespassing on critical infrastructure on the 18th.
Right.
Even though I was not even on the part of that property where they're building the pipeline.
Right.
So they arrested me. I was released on bond. They let me go. I've heard nothing from them. I've heard nothing from the DA. I have no new court date, nothing from that situation. And then fast forward to yesterday. I had gone to that property because, as you know, I still had permission, and the court has decided, in the meantime, the court has decided that the work will stop because it is a dispute. But regardless of the dispute, there is permission from several landowners to be on the property. In fact, one of the landowners comments on the camp Facebook page, like, hey, justice will prevail, the truth will, keep doing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So they arrested me yesterday not for anything that happened yesterday, but for something that happened on September 3rd, the day before Cherie Foytland and some other water protectors were arrested. I have video on my Facebook page that got like 30,000 views. Mm-hmm. My opinion is that's why they arrested me. Because they don't want any more pictures of the violence that they're inflicting, the St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office is inflicting on non-violent water protectors who are exercising their First Amendment right. Right. That's the bottom line. They're out there protesting that pipeline on property where they have permission to be, exercising their First Amendment rights, and those cops, those deputies are going in aggressively and violently and attacking them. And they know that I was out there the other day. They know I put pictures up. They know that I'm not about to stop reporting on this. I reported on the workers came by the other day flipping off the white supremacy symbols or things that are associated. So that's a thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to just let it pass. I'm a reporter. I'm doing my job. But they targeted me because they did not want me to continue. When I was in the police car, they were talking about sending boats to bring in 6 water protectors at a time. Right? I don't know what they had planned. They did never do that. They only arrested 2 people yesterday. But the talk was of mass arrests. And what they didn't want was they didn't want cameras there. So they arrested me first.
Are the landowners going public that they're giving permission?
Oh yeah, the landowners. So the easement, the agreement that was entered into last Monday, I think it was because one of the landowners, Peter Nestat, I think I mispronounced his name, but anyway, Peter, had filed an injunction. And it was an injunction hearing. And before the judge could decide that Energy Transfer Partner should stop working, Energy Transfer Partner said, oh, yeah, maybe we should stop working. But the whole time, the whole reason they were so upset and that they were so brutal to Cherie and the other people they arrested that day was because they knew that they were about to enter into that agreement. They knew they had to finish that work because once they entered into that agreement, they would not legally be able to, they would be like double illegally working, if that's even a thing.
Right. Gotcha. So it sounds to me like they're essentially they don't really, it doesn't even sound like they actually have a warrant for your arrest. They just are making stuff up as they go along.
That's what it sounds like. Now, they gave somebody a number, and they did show me some paperwork, but what it actually looks like to me is they took a police report from that day, and I heard them reading it, and it's just a general, like, what happened? And then at the end, they said, oh, and Karen Savage went up on the easement to pull Cherie Foytland off of the easement and to take pictures. That's what's there for under mine. Now, for Ann Whitehead, they had the very same narrative, but with a little sentence change to describe what they say she did.
Right. Gotcha.
And so, to me, it sounds like they took a police report from that day, tacked on a couple sentences, and said, who can we arrest first? They saw me coming. They know me by name because I've been covering this thing for God knows how many months. They saw me coming. They saw my camera. They said, oh, no, we don't want pictures of this. Let's take her out. I have no doubt they had that plan from the time they woke up yesterday morning until the time they had me in the back of a police car.
Right. And is this arrest yesterday another felony charge?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. I've been recording this just for my notes. Is it okay if I use it?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, you got me worked up and I just kept talking, so yeah, that's fine. You were really good to me last time, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, during my live stream, I'll play a little bit of this. Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. So there you have it. That is a journalist covering the pipeline resistance down there. And by the way, while I was live, while I was playing that, my Yeti mic broke. So let me know if you could hear me, because my mic broke. I'm gonna have to order a new one, unfortunately. The audio is probably not as good because I don't have a working microphone. But she's hard to understand, Jordan. Could you explain more of what's going on with her? Sure. So Karen is one of the few journalists down there. She's an independent journalist. She's done work on, she did a lot of work down at BP Deepwater Horizon explosion. So basically, she is covering. They have a floating resistance camp. So it's a water protectors camp. A lot of their actions start with them kayaking and things like that. They are doing what indigenous and environmental activists have been doing more so since Standing Rock. They are resisting peacefully. But because of new laws pushed through by ALEC, the Legislative Council, which is a hard right lobbyist group, basically they are making it so you could arrest water protectors and now apparently journalists and charge them with felonies. She has 2 felony charges because this is the second time she has been arrested for literally demonstrating peacefully or covering it. What they're trying to do, as she was talking about, is intimidate journalists to not go down there and cover what's going on because they don't want the cameras down there. They don't want photos. They don't want reporting that shows them brutalizing indigenous people, them brutalizing environmental activists, and them breaking the law. Reminder, if you came to this late, the water protectors and journalists like Karen have permission to be on the land that they are demonstrating on and reporting on. She's not an activist down there. She's open that she's against the pipeline, but she is reporting. She is bringing facts. She is reaching out to both sides and all that stuff. So I'm covering this because A, I'm not down there, which I would like to be, but B, this is not what the First Amendment allows, or this is against the First Amendment. You can't arrest journalists for doing their job. She's not breaking any laws. Like she said, the landowners have publicly, and I'm trying to get a hold of landowners so I could interview them. The landowners have given Karen and the water protectors permission to be down there, not the oil company. When I say down there, on their property. On their property. So you want to talk about Russia and the Russian boogeyman threat to democracy? Are you kidding me? This is our democracy being spit on. This is our so-called democracy basically exposing that we don't have one. So basically, you have police creating the law as they go because they're not following the law. If they were following the law, they would say, the oil company, you can't be on this land. And they would leave the water protectors alone. Now, if water protectors want to, like we saw in Standing Rock, chain themselves to construction machines or put their body, on pipeline material or construction material, okay, that's fair game for them to be arrested. And they know that going into it, that they're going to be arrested. But that's not what we're talking about. They're arresting her, a journalist, for taking photos, taking video on land she's allowed to be in. Of course, you're not going to see this in the corporate media because they don't give a damn about some pipeline. CNN has advertisements from the American Petroleum Institute, for God's sakes. But this is dangerous. Very dangerous. Because the bottom line is, fascist countries, part of what makes you a fascist country is censorship. Censorship brought on by the corporate and government partnership. Well, what do you call government? That would be the police. They're paid, taxpayers pay their salaries, partnering with an oil company to arrest journalists and arrest people exercising the First Amendment peacefully. That's fascism. We saw it in Standing Rock, and we're seeing it down here. So kudos to Karen. Her name is Karen Savage. I'll put a link when we make this a shorter video on demand. I'll put a link to her Facebook page so you could like her page and follow her updates there.